Welcome to another episode of the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. You got Wayne, Ethan, and Tim in the building. Another big win for the Sixers. Embiid took another night off, and the other guys showed up to play.
As usual.
I'm still not going to hate on Embiid like that. I appreciate the fact that Harden stepped up, had a good game. Maxey balled out again. This is Maxey's third straight good game. I think he balled out. What he had like 31 against Indiana. Then it wasn't against Indiana. He had 31 against what's the name the first time he balled out against Toronto too with the 44. So
Toronto one night.
Yeah, I mean Maxey's turning the corner. He had a good game. His last game with Embiid, his last couple games with Embiid was solid too. So I'm just hoping that everything clicks. Harden had a solid night tonight. His mid-range was popping. You know what I'm saying? He commanded the team. Melton continues to impress me.
Yeah.
I think he's our best free agent pickup. So
Harrell ain't impressed you tonight? Harrell didn't impress you tonight, Wayne.
He did all right. He did okay. Who was the big man he was going against tonight?
Don't matter.
It does matter.
He did what he's supposed to do.
He did.
Why can't you give Harrell any props, man? What's going on?
I just said he had a solid night.
Porzingis is 7'2", 7'3", going up against a 6'7".
Also, when a dude going up against his old team, you know, he bring a little extra vitriol to that, and he try to do stuff out like so. But Harrell he's had a couple consistent games of playing solid. He had a good night tonight, and he had a solid night before. So I'm just hoping the team is gelling. I don't wish nothing bad on nobody on this team. I hope they do gel, and I'm hoping that even when Embiid's not in there and they're balling, when he comes back, you realize you ain't got to do it all by yourself. And I do think like the last time he played, he did more passing the ball. The last couple of times he did more passing the ball and everything else. So hopefully they gel as a squad. That's what I want.
I'm a little irritated with I'm not irritated, but it's the same thing that Thibault fouls a ball on a 3-point shot. How many times we gotta watch this over and over again? But props to Harden though. Harden had 17 assists today. He was a complete floor general. He was out there leading the charge. The first half he had 15 points. Harden is a true backup. I mean, starting point guard. But they out there talking about Rondo's available. Would you bring Rondo in as a backup?
No.
Whose minutes he going to take? Melton's?
No.
I don't want him taking Melton minutes.
Like, he would be actually a true floor. Like if anything happened to Harden, I don't know. We got a floor general out there now. Rondo was there. He could at least.
I've seen Melton step in and take up for when Ja Morant was out and play solid. So I'm good on Rondo.
No, what was the reason Embiid was out? His knee again?
I think it's player. I think it's management, load management.
They said he got the flu. Doc said it says flu-like symptoms.
This gonna be? Is he not playing back-to-backs either again?
Yo, probably not. I wouldn't be mad if they don't play him back-to-back.
That's the best.
I mean, that's the whole point in why you went out and got a guy like Harrell and PJ and stuff like that. So that's the reason why we went and got what's his name last year. I don't know why his name is slipping. The backup center. We go out and get backup centers every year so that we can be able to let Embiid not have to play all those minutes. You know what I mean, in all those games.
Yeah, but and it's not a whole lot of great centers that you need a real big man center to play against. Every team don't have them, so you could get away with it.
Yeah, Eddie Drummond. That's why my bad. The name was slipping Drummond. That's why we
listen, man. We seeing the emergence of Maxey, like we said. We seeing the emergence of Maxey, man. I don't know what it is about the flow of this team and the way they play basketball, man. When
Embiid's not on the floor,
I don't want to say that.
The defense wasn't all that great. It was a track meet for both sides early in the game.
I don't want to seem like an Embiid hater. But the flow, I like it's real open. It's a nice flow to it. It's a nice pace. You get cutters that Harden was hitting, even the ball swinging around. I like the pace, man. Listen, do we need Embiid? Yes. I'm not saying we don't need Embiid because Embiid is that bull, especially when it gets crucial in the playoffs, man. But it's good seeing the emergence of Maxey with his confidence. I don't know what happens sometimes when he plays with B, but his confidence growing this season. And that's what I'm talking about. This is the year of Maxey. I want to see that confidence keep growing, man. Actually, Doc has been doing a good job now. I don't know why he started off not giving Teasburn, not using Harrell right. You know, I don't know what was going on.
I think Harrell just was struggling. It could have been coming to a new team.
Like 2 minutes.
But nah, it wasn't just 2 minutes. He was getting some minutes in the.
No,
it wasn't just 2 minutes. In the first couple games, it wasn't 2 minutes.
No.
It wasn't 2 minutes in the first couple.
They had a new lineup. He was trying to gel.
Yeah, that's why I think he had to find his spot. I think he had to find his place.
He wanted them new players like the boy Daniel House. They really disappointed in his play. And so he went down on the bench. Now he's like the eighth person. He was the number one.
He started playing. I'm gonna tell you this. Let's talk about this. Harrell started playing well against the Toronto game. He had 3 straight games he started playing well, right? It's no coincidence his minutes is up. First game, Boston, he had 11 minutes. Next game, he had 3 minutes. Next game, he had 9 minutes. Then against San Antonio, against Indiana, he had 11 minutes. He actually played all right. He had 5 points. Toronto, he had 4 minutes the first game. Next game against Toronto, he had 17 minutes, 9 points. Chicago, 12 minutes, 5 points. Tonight, 14 minutes, 7 points. His minutes have increased, and he is playing better.
Increased from 11 minutes to 14. 11 minutes to 14. Maybe he only had 11 minutes because he was stinking so bad they pulled him out.
His minutes increased, man. I told y'all he averaged.
Your minutes increase when you play well. You keep him when you play well. You keep him in the game, but you don't keep him in the game when he's an
opportunity. He's a veteran. He know what he could do.
So you just said you went from 11 minutes and 14 minutes. That's a 3-minute difference. If you got him in there for 11 minutes and he's stinking, you should pull him out and put somebody else in.
Minutes. One game he had 3 minutes.
Hey, listen, I agree with that. I think that it is a matter of them all having the gel. We seen this roster and we thinking like automatically guys gonna come here and ball, but everybody got to find their role. That's why we say 10 to 15 games and you get to see how people play. But I ain't gonna lie, like I felt 10 to 15 games we get to see how they really fit. But the way that they was looking the first few games,
y'all jump ship fast.
I still want to see.
When did I jump ship?
I still want to see it against good competition.
Because you kept saying I needed 15 games. Like I don't even need 15 games.
No, because if you're running Daniel House out there instead of Matisse Thybulle, yes. To me, Doc made some changes. You need.
That's what I'm saying. But Daniel House was supposed to come out as this great this pickup for us.
But he wasn't playing well, and you have Matisse Thybulle, who you know plays defense well. If Daniel House is not giving you offense with the defense, and his defense wasn't that great, go give me Matisse Thybulle. At least you get solid defense with Matisse.
The only thing I'm mad about is this: I think Doc is missing an opportunity to play Paul Reed at the power forward position during the regular season, so he can be available for us come playoffs time. That's the only thing.
I would like to see him get a little burn.
That's the only thing I'm concerned about. Everything else, I like what I'm seeing. I love D'Anthony Melton. That boy got game. He's clutch. He got his defense is nice. But I think Doc should be like Steve Kerr. He has a perfect opportunity just to play him 10 minutes a game at the power forward position.
I agree. I agree with Herbert. He says we're not hating on Job. It's obvious to see this team play 2 different styles with him. It is. It is obvious. It's very obvious that they play 2 different styles. Can they win with the second style in the playoffs without Joel? I don't know.
What team? I mean, do we got enough firepower to play the run and gun game and win without Joel in the playoffs?
Yeah, so I said I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying. Off of what you said, like I don't know if we have that in the playoffs.
I think if Harden is on, we can. When the Harden is clicking, is then with Maxey. We all right.
You out your mind if you think. Never mind. If we play without Joel Embiid and we go out there with Harrell, or PJ Tucker's our starting center, we better off. I
would make if Paul Reed was there. I'm not gonna say
so you telling me you put Paul Reed in? So you saying bench B, get rid of B and put in Paul Reed? And I'm a proponent of Paul Reed, but you telling me get rid of B and put in Paul Reed?
He's not saying that.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Don't bail him out. Let him.
No, what I'm saying is, remember the first game back.
Corey, go ahead, hang yourself.
All right, the first game back when
we got a high hand Queeth sighting.
No, it's not.
High hand in a minute.
Remember when B first played us? Once we beat Toronto, he came back and he played real half that first half in Chicago. That's the Embiid I want to see, where he was moving the ball, he wasn't letting it stick. In the second half, he let it stick again, but that first half, he played the way we've been playing without him.
You do realize in the first game against Toronto that Maxey had more shot attempts than Embiid. Embiid was passing the ball to Maxey. We just didn't win because our defense wasn't playing. We've won because our defense has stepped up. Like we see guys actually getting back and scrapping.
Is it any coincidence that the defense stepped up once they started inserting Matisse Thybulle?
I don't think it's a coincidence. I agree. That's I think it's that and the fact that you get guys realizing what their role is. Like this is the PJ Tucker. When we see this PJ Tucker, we get like you don't expect PJ Tucker to put up big numbers, but you want to see him.
Nothing.
That's big. That's big numbers for him. But however, you want to see him make the wide. If he's getting wide open 3-pointers, which he should get with the other guys on the squad, you want to see him make them wide open shots, and you want to see him scrap and play defense and get floorboards and stuff like that. So,
sorry to hear that, Queese. He said he dealing with the aftermath of the hurricane down Florida, man.
Oh, Dad, yeah, bro. Hope everything work out for you, man.
Absolutely.
But and Melton too. The bench is starting to come together. See, I think also what's helping us is the bench is starting to come together. Niang is hitting shots. That's all we want him to do.
Yep.
He's hitting his threes. He was 4 for 7 tonight. Matisse is actually he had 1 point, but he was doing what he's supposed to do, playing defense. He did shoot a 3, but I want to see him at least try to get up another one or not. But the bench is doing better. So
we played Washington at 6 o'clock on Wednesday. When we start playing 6 o'clock game, game,
they moved that up last week. They just said change the schedule. I don't know why, but they just came out.
Oh, maybe because of Phillies. The Phillies at home.
I don't know.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah. What do y'all feel about the small lineup though that Doc's running out there? And
listen, it's working. I would like
against certain teams it'll work.
Right, a real rebounder. We don't have a real rebounder on this team. I think that's the area we're lagging in. That could hurt us eventually. It hasn't hurting us now, but I like to see a real rebounder because nobody on this team really get them boards like that. You know what I mean? Even B's probably our leading rebounder, but he don't really get 15, 16 boards.
Yeah,
he'll get 12, 13. But he won't get you every now and then. He'll get you 16, 17. But we needed somebody.
I don't think that he don't like boards, Tim. But you do realize if you have one guy that's the primary rebounder on the team, you make sure you box him out. It's in regular ball. It's in regular ball. If you know the one guy gets the rebound, if you know the one guy is the rebounder or the primary rebounder, you make sure no matter what you box him out.
I play ball my life. I know those boys that be hungry for the rebound no matter what they are. Even sometimes no matter what size they are, they find rebounds. And that was never me, but I know boys that's like that.
And guess what? And I was a rebounder. And guess what happened? When I go down there, y'all swarming down there, and you no matter what, as soon as the ball go up, what you do? You trying to box me out and keep me from getting on the basket, right?
I know boys that like to eat.
What is that? What you do?
No.
You want to sit on here and lie? Okay.
No, but no. We had a mini Tobias Harris sighting today too. I thought he played well at a couple spurts in the fourth quarter. Where he, I think he had a big time 3.
He all right. You know what? That's a position we can really upgrade.
What's that?
Because Tobias. If we look, I don't know if he's still looking to do that, but we can try to upgrade that position. But how y'all feel about the Sixers losing 2 draft picks for Tampa?
Yeah, I was looking at that.
They lost 2 second-round draft picks for signing Tucker and
PJ.
House. PJ Tucker and Eddie House. They said they talked to him before they were free agents, and we lost 2 draft picks. First of all, I don't like it using it for House because he ain't giving us nothing.
Yeah, I agree.
So right now,
the house part irritates me a little bit. Yeah. I ain't gonna hold you. The house part irritates me a little bit.
Yeah, because he ain't giving you nothing. But I expect a little more from him too, man. I'm a little disappointed.
Me too.
Every team talks to free agents at some point, or talk to their agent before they hit the market. The thing is, they opened up an investigation against the 76ers because they didn't like the fact that Harden took less money and they was able to get some premier free agents without going over the cap and everything. They were just mad. Harden took less money, and so all those teams decided to open up investigations. So they had to do something. But if you notice in the report, they said there was no evidence that's saying that they was tampering with Harden. That's the other part of the report that they're not talking about.
Right.
We play Washington again?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wednesday.
Well, it seems like that's what they do now.
Washington not really a good team. I don't know what Bill was thinking. Maybe with the money.
He wanted to have his own team. He likes to be the big king.
Porzingis is just see. This is what I mean about numbers. When some dudes put up numbers, that's just food stamps. Like Porzingis had 32 tonight, but it was fake. It didn't really affect the game. It was, you know what I mean? And they lost. They got blown out.
We will not have you coming in here slandering my name if you're not even going to come in on the pod.
Somebody
I am not a PJ Tucker.
That was a good comment. I had to highlight you.
Yeah, take that down. But like Porzingis,
Tim be right mostly.
Wait,
who said that? Who said that?
Yeah, somebody crazy.
Somebody was that Kanye West? Who said that?
That was the realest comment yet.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, James. Eric Porzingis got fake stats. He got food stamp stats. They not real. 32, 9. You know what I mean? It looked nice. If you go look at the stats, you're like, oh, Porzingis, he killed him, but it ain't really affect the game. Somebody got to get them points, but it didn't really affect the game or the outcome. That's what I mean about fake stats. But
it kept them close. The Sixers once again giving up leads. You know what I'm saying? So
listen, teams go on runs. Runs. They all professional.
But the good teams get up on you and they put their foot on your throat and finish you off.
We dug ourselves a hole, so we got to beat up on bad teams right now so that we can like at least present ourselves as one of the best teams in the East. Let's do that then. That's what we got to do. But
this is my thing.
Hopefully,
this is my thing about Tobias Harris. I get it. Tobias Harris is a disappointment, but when we just talking about getting rid of Tobias, what are you bringing back? And I felt the same way with Ben when Ben was actually playing. But if you're talking about giving a player up, what are you bringing back in return?
Hold on, real quick. They said the game was. Did y'all ever feel like we was gonna lose that game?
I didn't.
That's what I'm talking about.
But it's been plenty of games out. It's been plenty of games I felt like we wasn't going to lose and we end up losing.
But
when we
that game,
it's some of the games against Atlanta, I felt like we wasn't going to lose and we lost them.
No, them games in Atlanta, I felt like we was going to lose.
When we was up 25 points,
not a good team.
You felt like we was going to lose when we was up 25 points on Atlanta at home.
Washington's not a good team.
I think if B was playing, I would have felt like we possibly could lose. Like I feel more comfortable without him in the
lineup. I tell you, boy, I ain't even gonna waste my.
I'm just telling you, that's how I feel. When B's not in there, we like a running gun team. We like Golden State. When B in there, we like the Lakers.
So you think we like Golden State when Embiid not in that game?
Yeah, because you think about it.
Golden State plays defense. You realize that, right? We wasn't playing defense today.
But look at the game. Look how
it was a track meet.
There was a point where Harden was getting off, Melton was getting off, Tyrese was getting off. Then you had PJ
against a bad team. Against a bad team, right?
But PJ also got off.
Against a bad team, right? You just said how bad Washington was. So you're using this. So you telling me we go into the same lineup against a Boston or Milwaukee. We go into the same lineup against Milwaukee and we gonna beat Milwaukee without Embiid.
We gonna get ran out the gym.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
No, because look how we.
Because look what. Look
how we played against Toronto.
I don't care. I'm talking about Milwaukee. I'm talking about the better team. You telling me we're gonna go against a Milwaukee who we barely lost against with Embiid, and Milwaukee's been balling. You telling me we're gonna go against a Milwaukee without Embiid, and we gonna be in that game.
Right now, Milwaukee's undefeated. So right now we would probably
they're not undefeated.
They're not undefeated.
I thought they lost a game, didn't they?
Who they lose to? Last time I checked, it was like 5-0, unless they lost.
I thought they had lost a game. Maybe they are undefeated.
The Nets finally beat the Pacers. The Nets like 2 and something. They going down to 2. Oh, the Raptors blew the Hawks out. Toronto blew Atlanta out. Listen. Now, all I'm saying is I like how the offense looks because it gives Maxey a chance to grow without Embiid and get his shots up. You know what I mean? And we can see what he do when he get his shots up.
But Maxey got shots. He got shots. He scored 31 before he scored his career high. He scored 31 in the game with Embiid. When Embiid, he could score with Embiid.
Did they lose?
But you're telling me did he hinder him? We lost because of the defense.
We lost because Embiid likes to play ISO.
Bro, I'm not even going to feed into you with this foolishness. You know what? For people like you, I hope we do trade Embiid. Listen. And then when you sit there and you're barely making the playoffs, and not saying that Maxey won't ball.
Then we're gonna lose in the second round like we do with.
You're not going to get. You might not even get to the playoffs.
Look, let me ask y'all this now: with these last couple wins, do y'all feel different? Do y'all think we still need a trade, or y'all starting to feel a little more better about the team?
We need a wing. We need.
I'll take a trade if it's going to upgrade us. I'm not trading just for the sake of trading.
I agree with Tim. I still think we need an athletic wing.
I do too. But if you can't get one, I'm not just going to trade Tobias. Just say I'm going to trade Tobias. If I can't upgrade, I'm not making a trade.
I don't want to be falling for fool's gold because we beat Indiana and Washington. We beat Indiana twice.
I agree.
We beat Toronto.
We only once. We beat Toronto, Indiana, and Washington.
We beat Toronto on the back-to-back.
The Bulls.
Hey, Mr. Wing, people been saying Embiid was going to be gone in 2 years or 3 years for about 5 years now. This is what people been. Embiid only got like a 3-year shelf life. Mind you, we like 5-6 years after that, and he's still playing.
But he
played tonight, did he?
Okay, he didn't play tonight.
If you add up all Embiid games, he got a 3-year shelf.
He does.
Well, guess what? I hope he retired early, and then y'all see what we got.
Listen, we already know what he got. He don't play half the games.
What do he play? 50, 60 games a year?
When he don't play those games, we lose.
We won the last 2 games.
This season?
Before this
season, the last 2 games against who? Against Toronto, which was a good one, and Washington is trash.
Because we have Tyrese Maxey and James Harden.
Okay.
I mean, if we can get a center that plays center.
So if we ain't having beat against Toronto last year, we just gonna beat Toronto.
Maxey's
no, don't hesitate. Answer the question.
No, because Harden wasn't healthy.
Don't stutter.
Harden wasn't healthy, and Tyrese was young. Right now, we could beat Toronto.
X-Men. We forget about we beat the Bulls, and Embiid was the one that hit the shot down the stretch. You know, we don't think about all that. You know that don't matter.
Who put us in the hole though? Who put us in the hole? Embiid put us in the hole.
I gotta agree with Ray 213 because Embiid don't be getting back a lot. That hurts all, and y'all know it. Y'all know it when Embiid don't get a foul call or something, he can lay on the ground and mope back. He needs to get back in transition. He does need to work on that. The coaches need to get on his behind when he's down there pouting and not getting back. That does hurt our transition D.
And when he's down there banging on, the rebounds by himself, and the other guys is back there not getting back.
Make an excuse.
I'm not making an excuse. I'm just saying this is part of the game. I agree that Embiid has to play better in certain situations, but y'all not going to sit here and tell me Embiid is not an important part. We're not winning without him. I don't care what you say. We're not winning with Tim thinks so.
If we're trading Embiid,
exactly, Eddie. Exactly.
Because if we're trading Embiid, we're going to trade for their star. We're not going to give up.
For what? Why? Why would they give you up a star for Embiid?
Because Embiid's supposed to be so great.
You said Ayton. You said Ayton. You trade Embiid for Ayton. So you bring Ayton in here instead of Embiid. You win a championship.
The only person I might think about trading Embiid for is
they ain't win a championship with Ayton over there with Mikal Bridges and Booker and CP3. They ain't win no chip over there with him.
They don't got Maxey and Harden.
The only person I think about trading Embiid for right now is KD.
I put that up. That was a poll that we put up there the other day.
I might. If they answer me, KD, and what's they tall center with the braids?
I'm about to say you ain't gonna bring a center in because KD. We see what KD's doing without a center on his team.
About the lanky light skin ball, Claxton.
Yeah.
Give me KD and Claxton.
KD and Claxton for a beat.
Yeah, I'm trading. You not?
Harden's 30 is not the same as his
man. I can't, bro. I borderline got to watch my pressure because when they sit here and start talking this Embiid slander, and I'm not saying Embiid is the greatest player on the planet, but if you're telling me that he does not make it, we've seen last year.
Said that. Who said that?
Tim. We've seen last year.
Don't listen to Tim. Please.
Last year when Joel was not in the game. Remember the first couple games and Maxey was balling and we was winning. And then sure enough, all of a sudden the next 15 games, we went from like the number 1 seed or number 2 seed down to like the number 9 seed. Real quick. And as soon as Embiid came back, we was back up in the runnings again. Stop disrespecting that man and what he brings to the game.
Wayne, let me ask you this. Is Maxey the same player this year that he was last year?
No, he's better this year. Exactly. But he's not. But guess what?
Everything you're talking about is a young. That was young pup.
And guess what? And Maxey's also playing with Embiid on his team too.
And Harden is healthier. More games.
Okay.
So
okay.
Hold on.
So get rid of Embiid and go with Maxey and Harden. And who you beating?
Tim was right. I stand corrected.
You may not beat the Nets. The Nets. Remember Harden against the Nets?
Milwaukee.
Where was Maxey at against the Nets?
And Middleton not even playing.
Exactly. I told you the Bucks is undefeated. You talking about something? They're the best team right now.
Yeah, they 5-0.
And the Sixers lost to them by what? 2 points?
They lost.
Okay, but they lost by 2 points to the best team.
So if a team beats them by 2 points, you'll say they 4-1, but they only lost by 2 points. That ain't what you say. You say they 4-1.
Yeah,
it does matter sometimes how you lose. The same way if you lose to a garbage team, you say they lost to them. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're not looking at that. Somebody might have just a garbage ball. That's like if we play somebody all of a sudden Matisse Thybulle strike gold and he starts swishing threes all over you. That could be a reason why a team beats you.
Okay, y'all keep thinking without Joel Embiid that the Sixers are legit. They're not a contender without Embiid. No, they're not.
You know what? Hold on, X-Man. And then why I want a Halliburton? Because I said this can be your backcourt. Halliburton in
Halliburton not a bum though.
Halliburton is 6'5", 6'6". He's taller than Harden. That could be your great backcourt. What I was saying was you trade now for the future. Now your shelf life is short because B and Harden are both older players. So if you went young, if you could have 2 Tyreses in your backcourt for the next 8 to 9 years. That's what
we keep talking about. Ethan was the same person. Ethan was the same person saying Embiid only had a 3-year shelf life like about 5 years ago.
No, I said he only been in the league 5 years. What do you mean league? 8 and hurt 3?
He like a 7 year.
Embiid is 28.
Is he? Are we sure about that?
Yes.
I thought he was the same age as Dikembe Mutombo.
He spent 2 years. Remember, he spent 2 years. Yeah, shout out to McKinley.
You never know. You never know with the Porters sometimes.
You know.
Nah, I think he looked young. He looked like he was at least maybe 25 when he first got drafted. He didn't look old. Like Dikembe looked like he was 37.
He told everybody he was 21.
He said Mutombo.
So listen, but
Embiid is 28 years old. Yes.
Okay. And he played what, 5 years or 4 years of ball? 5.
Yeah, remember 2 years. The first 2 years he chilled.
The first 2.5.
Yeah, first 2.5 years he chilled. Then the last 3 years.
So he only got really like. Season. So he only really has 3 years of basketball on him.
Yeah, because remember, if you count up.
I'm at 2016. He played 31 games. Okay. 2017, 63, 2018, 64, 2019, 51, 2020, 51, 2021. So he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's been in there about 5 years. 2 years in, and Ethan was the same person saying we need to build around Ben Simmons because Embiid's shelf life is only 3 years. This is what Ethan was talking about 5 years ago.
That's not why I said that. That's not why I said that.
Did you not say that though?
I said that because I think you can't win with the big man being your best player in this era of basketball.
No, you were saying Embiid was only going to be around for 3 years, and that Ben Simmons.
That's not why I said trade.
If Ben never had the nervous breakdown, we probably could still build.
With the big man in this era. This is not big man era ball. You can't win like that in this league, and I still believe that.
We could actually. If Ben
why can't you? How do you know? How do you know?
Who has?
I mean, we just started seeing big men dominate in the last couple of years.
Who has?
The Bucks.
Big man has
the Bucks. One is the power forward, is their best player.
Not your average big man. We keep telling you that.
Embiid is not your average center. Neither is Joker. They're not your average center.
Yes, he is.
I don't think they're going with Joker.
So they're your average center.
I don't think they're going with Joker either.
You telling me Embiid and Joker are your average center? You telling me Giannis is not your average power forward? They're not your average center. They're not Ayton. They not the Lopez brothers. They're not average centers either.
This era of basketball is about spacing and shooting.
Entertainment. I've always said, to me, the small forward has always been the most important player on the team, to me, in my opinion, because I think that they do everything.
And that's our weakest position.
I agree.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I said. We need to upgrade, because all the elite teams that's winning, they pretty much have that dominant small forward.
We'll see what happens. We're going to have Embiid for the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
2 years. Yeah, but
I mean, you do know, y'all do realize it's a whole lot to, and it's not shade on Maxey, because I just think Maxey needs to have that dog in him. I think he has the ability. I think he has to have that, like, you know how we say sometimes the happy hooper. Like, I need him to have that mean streak in him, because I think he does have the ability in the you know what I'm saying, to play like that. But that being said, it makes it a lot easier for you if you have Joel Embiid or a Harden taking the load off on an everyday basis. Nobody's looking for Maxey to be the guy every game. They look for Harden or Embiid to be the guy every game. If Harden or Embiid has an off game, they catch all the ridicule. Maxey has an off game, nobody's coming at Maxey's neck. It's like, oh, he's a young guy, he's still finding his way. So it is something to that Ben Simmons. It's something to that pressure of being the guy and expected to be the guy to carry the team.
But like Max is like Jalen Hurts. They put those expectations on themselves. And he is like, he wants to be like, he disappointed himself when he don't have a good game. So I mean, I think he's still
I don't agree with that, because to me, I give Jalen Hurts even more props. Like, Jalen Hurts come up with that false bravado at times, like that tough talk. He do like Ben Simmons used to do sometimes with the tough stuff, but Jalen Hurts actually backs it up and actually plays like he's tough.
He does.
But Maxey doesn't. Maxey defers all the time. When I'm saying have that dog, when dudes have that dog in them, you don't have to tell them you need to take over the game, you need to shoot. They like, when it come that time, they going to do it. It's like, well, ain't nobody else going to do it. I'm going to do it.
He's just a nice guy. Like, he just don't want to hurt anybody else's feelings. He's kind of like
I get, but that's why I say he needs the dog in him.
But no, you can't be disappointed with the young boy. The young boy is only 21 years old.
Oh, I'm not disappointed with him. No.
But it's cool. We play. What y'all think we're gonna do Wednesday night?
Oh, we should win.
Yep. Wait and see who play.
Yeah, it'd be a tough game if Embiid good, but if he don't go, I think it's gonna be a nice, easy win for us.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We're gonna wrap this thing up. Thanks once again for joining us. We appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. We're gonna catch you on our next podcast. We out.
Peace.